Hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you ever so much for clicking on this video, and welcome back your lovely faces. As we were talking about earlier in the past video and what we did in the live stream the other day, obviously Johnny Depp, everyone wants him back as Jack Sparrow. Everyone loves Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. He's the one who has given that character life. He's the one who has given him everything that Jack Sparrow means. Jack Sparrow has also helped Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp has always said that character is, out of all of his characters, his favourite to play, because it makes so many people around the world smile, and it makes them happy. We have seen stories where he's gone to a school because a child done mutiny. Children's hospitals. Hell, he'll even go to friends' houses and dress up as Jack Sparrow if the kid wants it. You know, that's how special the character is to people. Everyone loves him, and if I can find someone who doesn't like Jack Sparrow as a character, well, either they have no heart or they just don't like seeing an awesomely funny character. But Jack Sparrow is Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp is Jack Sparrow. You cannot replace him as that character, and if you do a film called Pirates of the Caribbean and Jack Sparrow is not in the film, it's going to bomb. It'll probably bomb as hard as London Fields. Well, no, actually, because it would actually make some money, because it's Disney overall. You know, you're probably looking at about 200, 300 million. It'll probably make a bit like how Solo did for Star Wars, and Solo is classed as the first ever Star Wars flop. So, that's probably what would happen. Obviously, all this has been brought on because of the court documentation that AH has filed regarding Walt Disney and the deposition. But before we jump into that part, obviously you can see all of these. If you put Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow into Twitter, you get all of these news sites. Petition for Disney to rehire Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. They're all in nears. It's nearly getting to its goal on change.org, and everyone's like, it's getting closer, you've got that by the year, well, whatever, it's going on, suffers blow, inspiration lawsuit, and everything that is going on, return hopes improved, everything is getting there, like, oh my god, this is getting so good, it's getting huge towards it. But obviously, like we said, this is Johnny Depp's deposition from November 10th, 2020. So, yellow-bellied? No, I didn't consider Jerry Bruckheimer to be yellow. Jerry Bruckheimer is the producer on all the pirate films. Did you consider Sean Bailey to be yellow-bellied? Yes. Sean Bailey used to be head of Disney Productions, I believe, which was on the movie side of the live action. And as you can see, Johnny Depp considered him yellow-bellied. Why? Because he wasn't man to. Listen. I was in 5 films in that series of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I was very, very lucky to be a part of that. I was very happy. I'm happy still that I was part of that, because I have a character that has made a lot of people smile and happy, and that gives me great pleasure. But when these people who have made upwards of $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 billion on narration of my films that you've done for them, and your character is on the ride in Disneyland in 3 different spots, Shanghai, in Orlando, all over the place, I found it fascinating that not one call. Nobody was man enough to give me the boot, based on allegations, but it was still okay to leave the supposed on the rides, and it's still okay for them to sell merchandise of the supposed, and they can still sell action figures of the supposed. They haven't taken me off their rides, so I would say that something's rotten in the state of Denmark. So with that that is a very interesting part to discuss, because he's literally Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp is the franchise. It has made so much money. Again, the films have made like $3 to $4 billion, just the films alone. Merchandising, you're probably looking at I'd probably say another $3 to $4 billion on top of it. Remember, merchandise is not just like they sell action figures or toys. It's everything From hats to shirts to play swords to play outfits to everything, pencils, pencil cases, sharpeners, you name it. If it's got Pirates of the Caribbean on or a skull or a Jack Sparrow look-alike or whatever, that's all the merchandise that they got. Colouring in books, there's so many things out there, it's crazy. And he's right with saying, no one called me to say I'm not being in the future films. They introduced him and they inducted him into the Disney Legends Hall of Fame in 2015. They done all of this, and how did Johnny Depp find out that he's no longer going to be part of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise? Via a press release. Not one of the people rang him and said, yeah, when you can't be in it anymore because of what's going on. No one rang him. This is what he's going on about there. But it's okay to keep his face on all the merchandise, on all the rides, on all the films that they keep selling. And again, promotional for the films on like Disney Plus, or even if it's, like a new Disney 4K Blu-ray which has just come out. Who's front and centre? Johnny Depp. But, like he said, it's okay to keep the supposed alleged, that name, on all of this. They're still making money off me, but not one of them rang me to tell me I was no longer in the franchise. So, then they go down and she asks, do you know for sure that you are not going to be in Part 6? Without question. And is that based only on the article that came out sometime after the op-ed? Mr. Chu jumped in. Objection to the form of the question. I think it misstates the testimony, but you may answer. This is what he said then, Johnny Depp. I don't recall the dates of what went first, how this all went down. I'm sorry, what was your question again? Do you know for certain that you are not on Pirate 6? Oh, that I said, yes. No. And then I said, is that correct? Based on the article in the newspaper sometime shortly after the op-ed from AH. Yes, I believe it's from that. And I believe it's from the global barrage of fraudulent claims against me that have flown throughout the world on this thing called the internet. I do love that, I gotta admit. Because again, he's only just joined Instagram in the last year or so. In various magazines and all that. As I've stated earlier, things that she said did, I believe of course, there was no way they were going to let me in Pirates. They were going to bring me into Pirates 6 if someone out there screaming about you being this horrible human being. And then the press backs it up. The Sun did. And then obviously everyone just jumped on it. And this sells it to you. Sells it, So, this is when Elaine starts becoming a bit of a pain in the ass. So, as you can see me, a little bit going out there. So, you assume that because of everything that's been continuing on in these allegations, that you're not going to be in number 6? Objection to the form of the question, it misstates the testimony. I can tell you the God's honest truth. Right now, based on everything, if they came to me with $300 million and 1 million alpacas, nothing under this earth, on this earth, would get me to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film. So that right by there, guys, that is the truth right now. Johnny Depp is no longer coming back to Pirates of the Caribbean. His Jack Sparrow is over, which sucks because, again, I absolutely love Jack Sparrow. I love what he's done with the character, and with seeing that there, it does make you go, I loved him in that series, But the way Disney have treated him, and again, it's not Jerry Bruckheimer like he says, because Jerry Bruckheimer was still fighting for him. He goes, no, he wanted him because, again, he knows. Jerry Bruckheimer is one of the master producers of all of Hollywood. The films that guy has done, the Bad Boys series, Days of Thunder, Beverly Hills Cop, The Rock, Con Air. I can just go on. He's made so many for Disney. The National Treasure series, Sorcerer's Apprentice. There's just so many that this guy has done. With Don Simpson as well, who passed away in 96. So many of this, he said no, because Jerry Bruckheimer, he was still talking to him. But Sean Bailey, the head of Disney, the one who said, no, we don't want him back, he's a yellow belly because he didn't ring him. He didn't tell him that we're going to go in a different direction, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that with the series. All he had to do was give him a ring and say, look, John, because of what's going on, we can't have you in the series at the moment. That's all they had to do. But they didn't. They literally went out of their way to literally despite him, did not even speak to him. And that is a very, very sad thing to see, because when this person who has literally made you billions and billions of dollars, because let's face it, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise would not have got off if someone else was playing Jack Sparrow. It just wouldn't have. People just gravitated towards Johnny Depp's character because that's what he did with it. He made it his own. He made it a special type of person. He made it... He was a living cartoon. That's probably the best way to describe it in my eyes. He was just absolutely amazing. It's like with Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe will forever be known as Harry Potter. Sean William Scott. You're probably thinking, who? Stifler, American Pie series. He will always be known as Stifler. Seth Rogen, he'll always be known as just some dickhead who smokes, and all this kind of stuff, because he plays himself in every single film. That's what you're going to get. You got Steve Carell, who's going to either be Mike from The Office, or he's going to be the 40-year-old virgin. Johnny Depp is Jack Sparrow. That will be the first character that comes to mind for nearly every single fan of his. It's like, oh, Jack Sparrow. Because even the young ones, because everyone knows those films. And it's just sad that these people couldn't have the decency to give him a ring and be like, yeah, what's going on, mates? And really sorry, but at this moment in time, we need to see how it goes. Instead, they decided to be like, yeah, well, this just confirms that this op-ed from his ex-wife, he must go. That's what they did. I will leave the link for this down in the description box below if you want to give, again, the full 54-page read. It includes the Rolling Stone and GQ articles, and it also includes the one page of the deposition. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.